So Revolution of the Daleks has finally happened, and because every Doctor Who fan had very high expectations for the special, I'm going to be talking about it. So firstly, I myself had some very high expectations for the special, what with Captain Jack returning and the Daleks making a comeback after the New Year's special 2 years ago. I thought that the special would redeem the mess of what we know so far as the Chibnall era of Doctor Who. So, was Revolution of the Daleks good? Well, not really, and while I certainly enjoyed the episode, it does have its flaws. So, I don't want to depress you or get you angry with the stuff I didn't like, so I'll start with what I enjoyed first. Firstly, the obvious one is Jack returning, and he's written into the story really well, and that's because Chris Chibnall used to write for Torchwood, and I will get to that later. Another thing I liked was the premise for the special, humans actually creating Daleks, and speaking of the Daleks themselves, I will say for the most part they are written well. One thing that you can argue with the Chris Chibnall era is that the Daleks were kind of made really scary again. The horror element of the Daleks is really present in the special. One thing I also liked was the cameos from previous Doctor Who villains from the Moffat era and the Russell T Davies era, and this was during the part where we see the Doctor in one of her cells, and we see the Sycorax from Christmas Invasion, we see a Silent in there, which is pretty cool, and we also see a Weeping Angel, and the Weeping Angels are apparently going to appear in Series 13, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, sounds interesting. Also, the cameos from the other villains does make me think we might see them pop up at some point, maybe in Series 13, but I'm not holding out anything. So now for the stuff I didn't really particularly enjoy. Firstly, I didn't really like how the Daleks were disposed of, and I'm talking about the human-made Daleks here. Sure, they were human-made Daleks, as I've just said, but there wasn't much large-scale action, and that's really something the episode could have done with. Also, Jack Robertson from Series 11 returned. He was the Trump parody from the episode with all the spiders. I wasn't particularly a fan of his character. I only vaguely remember his character, but he was probably the most annoying character in Doctor Who, though that might be up for a lot of debate. Okay, my next point may be somewhat controversial, but I feel that Jack's potential in the special was a bit wasted. We know Jack from the Russell T Davies era as being an immortal character, and they didn't really use that at all. And that's really something I didn't really want. I was kind of expecting Jack to break the Doctor out of prison with the others. I'll put a link to my Revolution of the Daleks predictions video down below. And in terms of my predictions, I didn't really do particularly well. But still, it's always good to predict things. Alright, and now to the one thing the last thing I didn't like was the departure of Ryan Graham. We've known for a while now that both of them were going to be leaving in the special, and I didn't really like how they went out. And sure, I get how cool it is that both of them are going to save the world, but I was expecting something better, like Graham dies saving Ryan and then Ryan sacrifices himself to save the others. Their exit potential was completely wasted. Now, onto Easter eggs. Jack name drops Rose and the Parallel Earth, which really makes me want to see Rose return to the show in some shape or form. Jack also mentions Gwen from Torchwood and said that they're going for a catch-up, which does make me think that Chibnall might be planning a possible return for Torchwood in the future, which could be entirely possible. I mean, Chris Chibnall did write a lot of episodes for Torchwood, which was alright. I mean, I've seen the first 2 seasons. Miracle Day is passable, but yeah. So overall, I would say that I enjoyed the special on a more moderate level. It is, however, mostly bad, and I strongly think that Chibnall does need some help with the storytelling, and the writing is a really subpar. But overall, I fairly enjoyed it, and I'd give Revolution of the Daleks a 4.5 out of 10. Now, before I close off the video, I do want to talk about something quickly. Currently I'm trying to set up a Discord server so you guys can talk with me and suggest some of your own ideas for videos. So I don't know when that server is going to be completely set up. I'm still working out a few things. So if that is something that interests you, then let me know in the comments. And also, you may notice that since the 10th Doctor Stories video a couple days ago, that I am going back to editing the videos myself now because, well, I don't really want to go into too much detail, but due to some behind-the-scenes disputes, Amzo and I have decided to go our separate ways. We are still friends, and I wish him the best for the future. Anyway, that does it for the video, so yeah, I will see you guys soon.